The first time I decided that I was going to quit drinking was about 8 years ago, but I wasn't able to succeed until this past year when I made 3 shifts in my mindset. If you're anything like me, you've tried to quit drinking about 1 billion times because you know your life would be better without alcohol. I knew I should quit drinking. I knew that my life would be better in so many ways without alcohol, but deep down, I didn't want to quit. Deep down, I wanted to be able to keep drinking and still have the best life possible. So I wasn't actually able to quit drinking until this past year when I made 3 shifts to my mindset. These shifts in mindset didn't just get me to stop drinking through willpower, they made me want to quit drinking. And that's how I finally succeeded. My name is Rollie, and this is my 6th week as a non-drinker. In case you're struggling the way that I was for all of those years, trying again and again to use sheer willpower to get yourself to stop drinking, today I want to share the 3 mindset shifts that really helped me in case you're struggling to stop drinking too. The first shift in mindset was the idea that I don't have to experience alcohol today. It's something I've already experienced many times before, and I don't have to redo that today. This is an idea that I learned from a woman named Brooke Castillo. She's a life coach and she has a fabulous podcast I highly recommend. And one day on her podcast, she presented this idea that just because you've enjoyed experiencing something doesn't mean that you have to experience it all the time. Now, I'm paraphrasing, but this is the way that I've interpreted it. With this new idea, even before I completely quit drinking, here and there, on nights that I had dinner with my friends or I had an event that I went to, I would decide, you know what? I know what it's like to drink. I've had this experience countless times before. I don't need to drink today. I don't need to have the experience of drinking today. I can go, I can enjoy my friends, I can enjoy the event or the evening or the afternoon or whatever it was and have the experience today without drinking. And you know what? If I choose to have the experience of drinking again tomorrow or next week or next month, I can choose that then. But today I'm going to experience this without alcohol. Up until that realization, normally since I was a teenager, when I was social with my friends, I was drinking. And this idea that I've experienced alcohol before and I don't have to experience it again today or at this specific event really helped me shift into going without alcohol. So when I started doing that, it led me to my second mindset shift, which is I actually have more fun when I'm not drinking. And I am more fun when I'm not drinking. From the time I was in high school up until now, I always thought that I would have more fun if I had a drink. Whether I was celebrating, getting to know someone, just hanging out with friends, spending the day at the beach, whatever it was in my mind, and I think in a lot of people's minds, everything was more fun with alcohol. So this is what I started to realize. When I spend time in nature, with my friends, doing social activities, these things fill me up so much, and I enjoy them a lot better if I actually don't drink. I enjoy my conversations better. I remember what people said. I'm able to express myself more clearly. I'm able to really immerse myself in the moment, and my heart and soul are filled with joy in a way that doesn't happen if I'm drinking. I mean, drinking also feels fun, especially that first drink, but I'm removing myself from the situation. I'm not actually connecting with people or with nature or with the atmosphere, the music, whatever it is that really brings me joy. I'm not deeply connecting with that while I'm drinking. And in the end, it's actually not as fun. And a lot of times if I'm drinking, I don't even fully remember it. So even if I was having a good time, if I don't remember having a good time, it doesn't impact me as much as if I remember everything. A couple of experiences that really stick out to me are when I would go to the pool or to the beach, I would always have drinks. The people I was with were always drinking, and so I was drinking too. But when I started giving myself permission to have the experience of not drinking, I realized how rejuvenating being at the beach was, or being in the pool was. I would leave the day feeling completely vibrant, revitalized, full of life, full of energy. But when I drink, all of that is depleted. There were also social interactions that really stick out to me. One is that my best friend's parents celebrated their 50th wedding anniversary earlier this year, and I decided I was going to go to the party and I wasn't going to drink. And while I was there, I saw people that I haven't seen in years. I met new people that have known my best friend her entire life and had really fun stories to share. And there was an open bar included at the party, and I ordered Diet Coke, which I don't even normally drink or want to drink Diet Coke, but it was kind of fun to have it that night because that was a treat in and of itself. But I had such full conversations, and I left that weekend with such a full heart because I had had these experiences and these conversations without being impaired by alcohol. Now, something else that I've noticed is that when I go to a party like that, or dinner with my friends, a lot of times I don't want to stay as long. So in the past, if I went to happy hour or dinner with my friends and we started having drinks, I was happy to sit there at the bar with them for 6 hours talking and drinking. And now I usually have a really great time, but after 2.5 hours, I'm ready to move on and do something else. But I also think that that's a sign that I'm having more fun because I enjoy the conversation, I enjoy the experience, but I'm not numbing myself out. So when my body is ready to stand up and my mind and my heart is ready to move on to the next experience, I'm aware and I want to go, rather than numbing myself out with alcohol and being happy to just sit there for hours on end, not realizing that my legs are getting tired of the hard chair and that there are more wonderful, fun things that we can go experience other than just sitting in a restaurant for hours and hours on end. So once I made that second shift, realizing that I have more fun when I'm not drinking and that I am more fun when I'm not drinking, and I'll talk more about this in a second, it helped me embrace the third mindset shift. And this is something that I actually learned from my father years ago. So my father was never really a drinker, but he was a smoker. He smoked cigarettes, and he started as a teenager. And over the years, he went back and forth between smoking socially and smoking daily. And he tried to quit so many times. And finally, when he was 50 years old, so after more than 30 years of smoking, he decided he was never smoking again, and he quit cold turkey. And over 20 years later, he has still never smoked another cigarette. And this is the mindset shift that he had. 20 years ago, after he quit, he told me that the way that he was able to stop smoking was by making cigarettes the most disgusting thing on the face of the planet in his mind. Now, clearly, he didn't always feel this way. When he started smoking as a teenager and he continued smoking all those years, he was enjoying it. He knew it was something he didn't want to do anymore. And maybe on some level, he thought it was disgusting, but he didn't have the level of disgust that I'm talking about now. He told me that anytime he felt a craving for a cigarette, he would imagine licking an ashtray, and he would let the disgust wash over him, and that would get him to not want to smoke. So over the last couple of months, I have adopted a similar mindset with drinking. So every time I've had a stressful day or I'm bored or whatever it is, and I start craving a drink, I have shifted my mindset from thinking that alcohol is fun into thinking that alcohol makes me feel horrible, which I've known for years, but somehow my brain lies to me and tells me that it doesn't. But I've been able to shift my mindset to constantly thinking that alcohol makes me feel disgusting and horrible, which is actually true. It hasn't always been easy because my brain will start to tell me how fun it's going to be, how good I'm going to feel, and all kinds of lies. I have another video about lies that you can check out. I'll either link it here or in the description, depending on which platform you're watching. But every time I catch myself wanting a drink, starting to think that it's going to be fun, I stopped myself and really reminded myself how disgusting I feel the next day, how tired I feel even after just a drink or two, how much I forget about what my friends say, how much I overshare and say things I don't want to say, how much my behavior disgusts me. And something else that's helped me embrace this idea of alcohol being disgusting is that when I started attending events without drinking, but everyone else around me was still drinking, I could really see how much alcohol was affecting their behavior. And I realized that I don't want to be affected that way. I don't want my speech to be slurred. I don't want my eyes to be drifting down to someone's chin in conversation because I can't hold my gaze on their eyes. I don't want to pass out in front of other people. I don't want to engage in dangerous behaviors. And I've really let myself feel how disgusted I am when I behave that way. And I've realized that I'm not more fun. The truth is, I am not more fun when I drink. I believe no one is more fun when they drink. It is a lie, a myth that we tell ourselves that we're going to be more fun, that we're going to open up more, that people are going to like us better when we're drinking because actually we start repeating ourselves. We quit making sense because, in all honesty, most people, when they're drinking, they don't remember what other people have said. They don't remember what they've said. They say things that they wish they hadn't. They say and do things that they would be embarrassed to say and do if they could see themselves saying and doing it. And the number one way that I've been able to really feel into how disgusting alcohol is to me now is I put myself in those moments after I've been drinking when I wake up in the middle of the night, my heart is racing. My mind is racing with all kinds of terrible thoughts. I have an anxiety hangover that alcohol creates in me. The next morning, I have a headache. I feel nauseous. All I want to eat is greasy food. I don't want to work out. I don't want to accomplish any of my goals. I can't motivate myself to get off the couch and work on my business. Feeling that way is disgusting to me. And really feeling into how awful that feels is more powerful than my craving for alcohol. So anytime I start craving a drink, I remind myself that alcohol is disgusting. It makes me feel disgusting. It makes my body feel disgusting. And I'm disgusted by the life I'm living when I'm drinking alcohol. If you feel moved, I would love to hear in the comments if any of these ideas gave you an epiphany, an aha moment, or if you've had any shifts in your mindset that have helped you drink less or stop drinking. I would love to hear about those too. As I journey into my new life as a non-drinker, I have so much more I want to share with you and also ideas about manifesting your dream life. So I'll link some videos either here or in the description or the comments of this video, depending on which platform you're watching from. And I'll also stick a link where you can join my email list. I would love to email you when I have a new video coming out if you would like to receive one. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you soon.